Hi, this is my informative speech on 3D printing. So let's jump right into it. What if we could literally print our whole entire world or even our whole future on a 3D printer? Well, this is actually possible with the technology in 3D printing and where it could go. So I've done quite a bit of research on 3D printing because this is something that interests me and I think is going to be important in our future. So 3D printing is a technology that makes production simpler, changes how things are designed and made, and is a way that we can make our future different and greener for us. So my main points are: what is 3D printing, how does 3D printing work, and how 3D printing can change our future. So to begin, what is 3D printing? From a quote that I got off of 3dprinting.com, their informative speech, what is 3D printing, how does a 3D printer work? The article tells us that 3D printing is a process of making three-dimensional objects from a digital file. Between 1 and 2 million people have 3D printers that they use for their own personal use. And now let's move on to the history of 3D printers. From a quote from ultimaker.com, from their informative article, what is 3D printing? It says, the earliest 3D printer came from 1981 when Dr. Kodama invented the first rapid prototyping machine. This only made parts layer by layer using a resin that hardened with UV light. And the idea of 3D printing has been around for about 80 years, but the technology has only been around for 40. So how has 3D printing been used in the past? In the past, 3D printing has mostly just been used for rapid prototyping and small, fast production until about 2010 when it changed. And a fun fact, the first kidney was printed in the year 2000, and it wasn't put into someone until 2013. So now that we know what it is, how does 3D printing work? So the general definition, I got this from a quote, another one from 3dprinting.com, and it says, it all starts with a digital file that you can download or create yourself from a 3D printing library. And so 3D printing can make a very intricate and complex shapes with less waste than other methods like subtraction or drilling or welding or injection molding and others similar to it. And there are a lot of websites with models that you can download or buy, and with those then you can print it off. But it can be pretty hard to make your own design just because it takes a lot of practice, because if you mess up one layer on it or something, it'll ruin the whole design. And so a little fun fact that you probably don't know is a CAD is the physical design that you can see like on a computer or when it's finished. But a G code, that is what has to be turned into so that the printer can read it. And this is called scaling, when you take your design and you send it to a different website to where it's broken down layer by layer so that the printer can print it one layer at a time, because that's how it prints it. So for my third and final part, how could 3D printing change the world? So what's the big buzz? Why has it become so big in the last few years? So in 2010, the technology started to develop better and it became more popular and there was a higher demand. It became more affordable to have your own and for it to be used. And also all of the patents that were made on it when people were making these designs were expiring from about 2010 to now. So that means that other companies could come in and make their own 3D printers that we can use now that's more accessible for us. So, and also another big thing about it is it broke the speed, quality, and cost triangle for products, because you can have a 3D product that you can make at a very high speed for a pretty decent quality for a good price. And so that's why it can be so good for products selling them, and that's one of the big reasons that it has become a big thing. So what are some current items that you might not know that are being made right now? So glasses frames, footwear, furniture, toys, chocolate, auto parts, medical drugs, and houses are all being made right now with 3D printing. Some future items that are in the works and that are planned are bioprint custom organs. Right now we can do kidneys, but they want to expand and be able to do all the other organs for medical stuff. And metal printing, there's some of it, but it's not very reliable and good yet, so they're working on that a lot. And food and clothes are other things that are experimental right now. So imagine waking up in a 3D printed world one day where you wake up and you decided to look to see what clothes you want to wear today. So you find one, you send it to your printer, and it's ready in 10 seconds to put on. And then you're ready for breakfast, so you want some waffles, you click on it, and your hot, fresh, perfect waffles are ready within seconds for you to eat. And now it's time to go to work, so you look and you need to find something to get to work with. So you find the latest F-150 model and you print it off, and it's ready in 10 minutes for you to drive to work. This is all actually possible in the future with 3D printing. So now that we have seen how 3D printing simplifies production, changes how things are designed and made, and how it can make a greener and different future for us, I hope you've learned what it is, how 3D printing works, and how it can change the world. And I leave you with this question. Do you think you'll ever be printing off your newest, trendiest outfit, or your lunch, or maybe even your car? This is all possible with 3D printing. Thank you.